Oh, this is one of the funniest game, but that we need to look out for. But it's something can happen. Everything can happen. Yes, everything can happen. I want to say hit. Indeed, the Premier League, the La Liga, the League One, the Serie A, and all of them are really on fire. Today is match day, and we are expecting to see some quality performance from both teams, from all the teams across the 5 major leagues. Here we are going to break down things for you. We are going to do some little analysis, and we are going to predict the outcome of the game, looking at the performance and how they have come so far in the league, the performance the teams have put up, the players, the qualities. We are going to break things down for you, so stay tuned and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel if today is the first time of you visiting Tuna Zone. Thanks for liking and commenting. We will also see that some of the teams are missing certain things, but before then they are missing certain key players, and it will shock you the players that they are missing, or they are going to miss various matches. I'm going to tell you everything about that, so stay tuned, because without these key players it is difficult for these teams to win their matches. So before we look at some of the games, or we look at the major games, those that are on fire, we have some of the games that are on fire, or they are the toughest game that will be played today, or the matches that we need to look for. So now let's look at the Premier League. When you go to the Premier League, we have Chelsea and Everton. This is one of the toughest games that we need to look for. Then we have Liverpool Brighton. So this is also another toughest game that we need to look out for. We have Arsenal and Wolves. Though Wolves are at the bottom of the league and Arsenal is on top of the league, it's going to be a very tough game. Now when we go to the La Liga, we have some tough matches that will be played today. We have Barcelona FC against Osasuna. So these two teams are going to play, and I'm going to tell you the detailed analysis about what will happen in this game and what you need to know, what will even shock you. I'm going to tell you right now on this channel. Then we have Atletico Madrid and Valencia. So these are the two tough games that will be played in the La Liga today. And when we go to the League One, we have one of the tough matches that will be played it will be played between Metz and PSG. This is one of the games that we need to look out for. Then we have the Serie A. In the Serie A, we have one game that we need to watch out for. We have Atalanta Cagliari. So before we continue, don't forget to hit on the subscription button or like and comment as well. We now dive into the main stories or the heated updates from the teams, the news, the analysis, players that will be missing out in various matches. So we take the matches one after the other. We'll start from the toughest one, then we'll move on till we get to the most toughest one. One of them is the first match that we'll be looking at today is between Barcelona and Osasuna. This is one of the toughest games that will be played in the La Liga today, as we all know. Now in this game, we are going to see that some of the players are going to miss out in this game again in the camp of Barcelona. Some of the players will definitely miss this game. And which players are these? Let's look at the lineup before we move to that. This is the predicted lineup for this game as well. We have the likes of Joan Garcia in the goal post. Then we have Kunde, we have Kubasi, we have Eric Garcia. Then we have Balde. These are the predicted defenders that will be in this match. Then we have Frankie de Jong at the midfield and Pedri at the midfield. So the two of them will control the midfield, linking with Lamine Yamal, Raphinha and Rashford. The player that will be leading the attack will be Ferran Torres. So this is the predicted lineup for Barcelona against Osasuna today. So we predicted a 4-2-3-1 formation for Barcelona against Osasuna. So now this one will shock you. Let's look at the performance from this. Let's look at the performance from these teams. That's Barcelona and Osasuna. Currently on the league table, we could see that Barcelona is on top of the league table with a point of 40 good points. Then Osasuna is at the 15th position on the league table with 15 points. Now let's look at the goals difference between these two teams. We could see that Barcelona is having a total goal difference of 27. Then we could see Osasuna to be having a negative 4 goal difference. So now we could see the difference clearly, that Barcelona is really performing in the La Liga and as compared to Osasuna. And currently when you look at the table, you could see Barcelona being on the top of the table with 40 points. Real Madrid at the second position with 36 points. Them losing their last La Liga game give the Barcelona the go ahead to stay on top of the league with a difference of 4 goals. Now let's move into the head-to-head of Osasuna and Barcelona. How many times have they played, and how many have Osasuna won, and how many have they draw, and how many has Barcelona also won? Let's look at their last 10 games. In their last 10 games, we could see that Barcelona has won 8 out of the 10. Then Osasuna also won 1, then they drew 1. So looking at this analysis and these statistics, we could see that Osasuna against Barcelona, Barcelona have the upper hand, or it has the higher chance of winning this game, as we all know how they are performing in this season and the outcome of their games. And looking at the statistics and the performance that Osasuna have been putting across in the league, we could see that today Barcelona is going to do some wonders, but we shouldn't take them for granted because they can do something. Yes. So now we will now look at the team news for Barcelona and the team news for Osasuna. What are the team news? What are some of the outcome, or some of the doubts and some of the out in this game? Players that will not be able to fix in this game, and players that are injured. Let's look at Barcelona, for instance. Barcelona, we could see that Araujo will not be available. Gavi, Dani Olmo, they are all out. Then we have Osasuna. These are the players that will be out, and some of them will be are doubt. Maybe they will play or they will not play. We have Benito out. Then we have Fernandez, doubt. With this one, is doubted. He might start or he might be out. So looking at things critically, we could see that Barcelona is having the upper hand. Is having most of his players available again ahead of this game. So they are really looking forward to capitalize on that and take their 3 points and still be on top of the league. Now let's look at Real Madrid and Alaves. That is the next match that we play tomorrow. Real Madrid now is suffering. Looking at their last game, we could see that without Mbappe, Real Madrid almost suffer, or they normally suffer. Looking at what happened in the Champions League, we could see that clearly. So if Mbappe is not available in the lineup for tomorrow's game, I think things will be difficult. Though Real Madrid normally win or have more chance of winning against Alaves, but this is Alaves. You're going to play at Alaves at home, so they need to put certain things together or work things out. If not, things will not go as what we think of. Now, this is the predicted score for Barcelona and Osasuna game. Predicted a 3-0 win for Barcelona in this game. So the next game that we'll be looking at, will be breaking things down for you. What you need to know about this game is Liverpool against Brighton. In this game, we could see some wonders might happen, because Brighton and Liverpool, they have played so much. Looking at the performance Brighton is putting up in this competition, we could see that if Liverpool didn't stand well, the team will still go against them, as we are experiencing in the league. Currently, we could see that the form that Liverpool is having is never good. Having all these qualities, the players, they have the qualities, but we aren't seeing any performance from them. So now let's look at some of the predicted lineup for Liverpool against Brighton. We predicted Alisson in the goal, we have Kanute at the centre back, we have Van Dijk and Kekes, and we have at the midfield, we have someone like McAllister and Gravenberch. We also have Szoboszlai and Waits, and also we predicted Chiesa starting, and the top striker, or the striker for this game, will be Ekitike. Now this is the predicted lineup for the game against Brighton. Now let's look at their head-to-head. Now in their head-to-head, we could see that Liverpool, so far in their last 10 games, Liverpool won 4 and they drew 3, and Brighton was able to win 3. So this is telling you straightforward that this game isn't going to be a cheap game for Liverpool. If Liverpool didn't put things together, if Ancelotti didn't put or devise some plans, things aren't going to be well for Liverpool in this game. Now let's look at some of the injury or some of the team news from Liverpool. In the camp of Liverpool, we have someone like Endo, we have Isak, we have Gakpo and Frimpong. These players will not be available because they are still serving their injury. So now let's take things carefully. When we look at the performance of Brighton on the table, currently they are at the 10th position with 23 points, and Liverpool too is at the 8th position with 23 points. Both teams are having 23 points. It's only the goal difference that differentiate them from the table. But we could see that they are all having the same point. So it is telling you that if Liverpool didn't perform or didn't devise strategies, critical strategies, to go into this game in the early game, I think in this they should work on scoring in the early hours of the game, so that the scoring more goals in the early hours of the game, so that they will be able to at the end, maybe they will defend against the opponent, then they'll be able to win the game as well. If they do that, it will also help them. So the next game that we'll also look at in the Premier League is what Chelsea against what Everton. This is one of the toughest games we'll also look at. Then in this is the possible predicted lineup for this game. We have what Sanchez in the pool, we have Gusto Chaloba, we have Fafana, we have Cucurella. So these are the players that will stand at the defense. We also have James, we have Fernandez at the midfield. We also have Neto, Kulpama, and what? And Estivao. And we also have a standing nine, which is Joao Pedro. So this is the predicted lineup for Chelsea against Everton. Now let's look at the table, or let's look at the table currently. On the table currently, we could see Chelsea being at the 5th position with 25 good points. Then Everton too being at the 8th position with 24 points. So it could tell you that is just a tiny goal difference. This the point difference. That is point difference of what, 1. So it is telling that it is telling that Everton is what, ever ready in this game to do something in this game. If Chelsea didn't strategize, or if Enzo Maresca and his boys didn't put things together, didn't put a clear tactics together to be able to overcome them at the early hours of the game, I think Everton can do something in this game if things be equal. So these are some of the injuries and what the doubts in this game. We have what, Delop, we have Lavia, we have Colwell, we have what, Caicedo being what, taking the red card in the last game that they played, so he could be out of this game. Now let's look at their head-to-head, and we'll use it to check some analysis and some prediction as well. Now in their head-to-head, we could see that in their last 10 games, Chelsea won 4, they drew 3, and Everton was able to win 3 as well. So it is telling clearly that Everton is not a team that Chelsea should look down on, because they play very, very well in the Premier League, and we know that the Premier League is the league that we see to be no man's land, because anything happen at any time. The team that you are not expecting to win a game can win. Look, when they see a loop in your defense or a loop in your team, they capitalize on that and overcome you as being the strongest or whatever. They can do that as well. So we should see either a draw for Chelsea draw, or win for Chelsea, or a straight win for Chelsea in this game. Oh, this is one of the funniest game, but that we need to look out for. But something can happen. Everything can happen. Yes, everything can happen, my friend. One of the funniest games that we need to look out for is Arsenal against Wolves. Currently, when we look at the table, we could see Arsenal being on top of the table with 33 points, and Wolves at the 20th position, or at the last position on the table with 2 points. Whilst Arsenal is having 33 points, Wolves is having 2 points. So it is telling you clearly that Arsenal is to win this game, but everything can happen. Yes, because these smaller teams, anytime they are in the relegation zone, when they see that they aren't performing, they are in the relegation zone and they are playing with bigger teams or teams that are leading the table and those taps, they use their energy, they play on top of their energy to disturb the team. But if the team is able to stand on its tactics or adapt some critical tactics, they will be able to win them as well. That is how it is. So this is the predicted lineup for Arsenal. We have a 4-4-3 formation. We have White, Nugget, we have Hinkepia, we have Lewis Shelley. So these are the 4 men at the back. Then we have the midfield. We have Odegaard, Zubimendi, and we have Eze. Then we have the attacking. We have Saka, we have Gyökeres, and Martinelli. So these are the predicted lineup for Arsenal. Now let's look at some of the team news and team injury. Some of the team news that will shock you. With these injuries and doubts, it is telling you guys that if Arsenal didn't take care, because they are having many injuries currently, and if these are some of their key players as well. So if Arsenal didn't take well, I think they can flop on top of the table. We have Timber, we have Trossard, we have Declan Rice, we have Saliba, we have Calafori, then we have Mosquera, and we have Dorman. So these players, all these quality players are being injured or are serving their injury quarantine, and if Arsenal didn't take things carefully, they could flop off the table. So they need to work out things well. I think those that are fit now, they should do the work for Arsenal to be on top of the table. These two teams have played in their last 10 games. We could see that Arsenal is able to win 9 out of the 10, and Wolves is able to win only 1. So this is a clear sign telling you that Arsenal is going to win this game, and winning this game too, if they didn't take care, everything can go against them. Yes, so that is surprise in the world of football, in the world of the Premier League. Surprises do happen. So these are some of the few things that you need to know, the analysis that you need to know. So stay tuned, and also don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, so that anytime I post a video, turn on the notification bell, so that anytime I post a video, you'll be able to have access to it. You'll be able to catch up with me daily. I post on my channel daily, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you for watching to the end. See you in my next video.